Okay, please be invited to the tables and the desk in front of you. Okay, please do not touch the tables and the desk first. Okay, so this is the next generation classroom setup. So before we go on with the different applications, let's start with a video. Okay, you see a video in front of you. It is the classroom of the 60s where you use chalk, blackboard and so on. And then the present classroom, the classroom of today, where we use OHP, markers and whiteboard. Okay, in front of you is the classroom management system or the next generation classroom setup. So what we use here is a classroom management system called called QX. Okay, it's by the company, local company by QLab. So if you notice, right, we have pre-login for you. So it's something like your messenger. Okay, so once you log in with the same time as the teacher, okay, your attendance will actually be up. So instead of doing roll call like every day, usually how your teacher does, okay, the teacher will know who is actually present on the class itself. So one of the main advantage, if you have this same application at home, right, you don't have if there's long MCs or even like outbreak like SARS and so on, you're able to attend school from home itself. So the teacher, you'll be in comfort of your home and you are able to attend school. So once the teacher starts the class, okay, now the teacher just uploaded a PowerPoint presentation. Okay, so if you notice, once he upload the PowerPoint presentation, it will be visible to you and also on his monitor. Okay, so now do me a favor, try to touch on the screen. Okay, you are able to take notes on the screen and so on. Okay, now do me a favor, try to change slides. On the side there's a slides here, right? Try to change slides. Okay? Okay, if you notice you are unable to change slides, right? Okay, the reason is navigation has actually been blocked by the teacher. Okay, this is the co-browse function. So this is one of the main advantage. Like some of us like to daydream in school, right? So usually when we daydream, the teacher is at page 10 and then we are still at page 3, right? So with this co-browse function, even though we daydream, we are still on the par level of the teacher. Okay? So if the teacher deactivate the co-browse function, you are able to go through the slides on your own. So this is very useful after the class when the teacher wants you to read through on your own, or before the class the teacher wants you to read through on your own. So do me a favor, try to change to different slides. Okay, now you are able to, right? Okay. Now do me a favor, try to scribble anything on the blank space there. Okay, if you notice whatever you scribble is only visible to your slides. Okay, now there's a co-edit function that allows the teacher to collaborate everyone in the class together. So for example, whatever you scribble right now with the co-edit function activated, everyone can actually see what you are scribbling. So everyone will know what you are. So if the teacher asks you a question and wants you to answer on your screen itself, he or she will be able to, right? Okay, so usually if you give students nowadays this type of application, right, what are the chances they will do? They'll go to YouTube, go to Facebook and so on. They start playing game and so on. So it's very difficult for the teacher to actually go from one table to another. But there's one click, with one click of a button, okay, the teacher will be able to monitor the whole class. Okay, right now we only have 4 students. Like for example, we have 40 students. There will be 40 screens on the teacher's monitor. Okay? So the teacher will know what each and every student is doing. And if like he or she sees that no one is paying attention, this is what he can do. Okay? So even though if you are at home, if the teacher lock your screen will be locked at home. Okay? So do me a favor, try to do anything on your screen. You are unable to do anything, right? Okay? Okay, so at the end of the lesson, the teacher will always want to find how is your understanding of the class, right? So he or she can actually give you a survey or give you a test. So now there will be a survey that's going to pop out. Do me a favor, try to answer the survey. So don't worry, there's no prize for right or wrong. Okay, so for those of you who have answered the survey, right? Once you have answered this, your answer will be shown on the teacher's monitor. So it's very easy for the teacher to see who's paying attention and who's not, and who needs more help and so on. So it's lesser teaching for the teacher and more learning for the students. Okay? So that's the classroom management system. And now I'd like you to divide yourself into two groups. One gather on this table and the other one gather on this table. Okay? Okay, this is already implemented in Crescent Girls, you know. The actual cost we are not so sure because we don't do any videos down there because we're not selling. But for this table is
disappear already, Arun. Yeah.
And we like together, yeah? Then you like to come closer. Okay, so this is an interactive table. You got multi-user, multi-touch function. So usually if you talk about multi-touches, right, like your iPad and so on, it's up to 3 or to 5, maximum 5 touches. But for this table itself, you can hold up to 32 touches. So you can give it a try.
So cool.
You got neon picture.
Okay. So this table is again being developed by the local company QLab. Okay, how this is being used in Crescent Girls School? Okay, it's being placed in project rooms. So usually you talk about group projects. Nowadays what the students will do, they will open up their own laptop, open up their own notebook, then start doing their own work. They won't collaborate with each other. So some of you have already joined. So what you can do is type in your name and tap on join. Would you like to join? So with an interactive table like so, right, everyone will actually collaborate with each other. Okay. Now let me show you the interesting thing that you can do here. Like for example, okay, you can just like for example, you're browsing the internet for some data on the project. You're typing some notes on the project, and both of us are doing some graphic on the project. So we can do our own work. Then if like finally I finish my work, right, what I can do is actually share the whole slide together.
Cool.
Then we can input our own, we can input our individual ideas. At the same time also, like for example, you have something interesting that you have found on the online, you can also share it with us. So it's vice versa. Everyone can share different ideas and so on together. Alright? So that's how you collaborate with each other. Then they also have this feature that's very interesting because usually after the end of the project, right, someone needs to someone needs to do a presentation, and it's very difficult to get someone to go out to do the presentation. So they actually do a spinner. So you just let it spin, and the one where it points at, that's the person who's going to do the spinner. Okay. So you can actually customize to your different application. Okay, this is one of the applications that Crescent Girls School have worked with QLab to do. Okay. Do me a favor, try to turn it on. Okay, this is a Chinese application.
Cannot read.
Okay, this is a Chinese idiom application. So usually, from what I heard from the students, Chinese idioms are very dry. So they make it in a way like it's a game. So it'll be much more interesting and much more challenging for the students. So what they do is they can find the different characters. Okay, maybe like try. And then after that, put up the idiom. So with every idiom you put up, you get a point. A correct idiom you put up, you get a point. Okay.
I don't know. What's this about? This.
Anyhow.
Okay, there are more multiple applications also that's on this table itself. So later after the tour, you can actually have more hands-on on the table. Okay. So maybe you like to move to the other section. Okay, maybe you like to come closer.
I don't know. Easy go to.
Okay, so this is the next generation home-based work. So like what I, from what I explained to you just now. Okay, with the QX application, you are able to actually attend school from home itself. So this is how it will look like. So once you log into the system, your username and password, okay, you're able to see the slides, whatever slides that the teacher actually import over. And if there's video conferencing, you're able to see what the students are doing in the school. And also at the same time, you're able to see what the teachers does. Because usually the teachers nowadays, they like to do live presentation. So even though the teacher do live presentation, you won't be able, you won't miss it. Okay. So other than that, one of the main advantage with the next gen NBN, right, is actually video conferencing. So with video conferencing, there's a lot of possibilities. One of them is actually working from home. So this is an example between a doctor and a radiologist who's communicating with each other through video conferencing. Okay? So this is how it look like. So if you notice, there's also an X-ray file that's been sent out. Usually X-ray file is a very huge file and it takes a while for it to send out. So with next-gen NBN, it'll be much more faster. So other than that, there's also a personalized healthcare, which allows you to actually visit the doctor through video conferencing. So this is not available yet. Maybe in the future it will be available. So with like heart rate monitor, body temperature monitor, and even blood pressure monitor, right? The doctor will actually be able to tell your vitals. So this is very useful for elderly who have monthly checkup or weekly checkup. So you don't have to travel all the way to the doctor or to the clinic. Okay? Later, the further section, I'll actually show you the point of view from the doctor itself. Okay, so I've been talking about high-speed connectivity. How fast is fast actually? So this is a comparison speed that we have done. So this is a download speed test between the next-gen NBN, about 100 Mbps here, and on today's network is about 10 Mbps. So we are running on the same program, we are running the same video. So what you notice, on the next-gen NBN there's no buffering, but on today's network you usually have to wait for it to buffer. Okay? So you notice, hey, you have already download finished and on today's network it's not even up. Okay, so that's the download speed test. And upload speed test is also the same. So again, the same file, uploading on Flickr. Okay, so on 100 Mbps and today it's network on 10 Mbps. Okay, the reason why we showcase the upload and downloading speed, right? Okay, again, that's what I said just now. One of the main advantage with next-gen NBN is actually doing video conferencing. So when you use video conferencing, you are doing uploading and downloading at the same time. So you need both to be actually on par level. Okay? So how many of you have heard of cloud storage before? iClouds, yes, so on. You guys are familiar with cloud storage, right? Okay. With next-gen NBN, you are also able to subscribe to different cloud storage solutions. So like one we have here is by Secure Edge. Okay, this is a very interesting cloud storage solution here. Okay, one of the main reasons why it is interesting, right? Whenever you actually upload your files over at the cloud, it will actually encrypt your file. So if like it's an important file and someone happens to steal your file, right? The person that steals your file won't be able to see what the file is all about, because this is what they're going to see. So this is the original file, and this is the file that's being uploaded on the cloud storage. Okay. So is there any questions for me? No? Alright, let's move on to the next section.